All right, today we're diving into a really cool new program that's all about turning kids' natural curiosity into some serious real-world skills. It's called KC Data Detectives. So let's get things off with a big question, one I want you to really think about for a second. What do you believe is the single most important language of the future? Now, if your mind immediately jumped to something like Python or JavaScript, well, you might be surprised. The answer we're looking for, it's not a programming language at all. So, what is it then? It's the language of data. And, this really gets at the heart of a new kind of digital divide. It's not just about who has a computer anymore, right? It's about who can actually understand the flood of information that's shaping our entire world. I mean, think about it. In a world that's basically powered by AI, being data literate, really knowing how to read and interpret data, it's not just a nice to have skill anymore, it's becoming absolutely fundamental, just like reading and writing, especially for our kids, the next generation. Okay, so how do we fix this? How do we bridge this pretty serious skills gap for our students? Well, that's exactly where Casey Data Detectives comes into the picture. It's built from the ground up to be a fun, no-code solution to this very problem. So, let's break it down. What is Casey Data Detectives? At its core, it's a super hands-on program for students all the way from 3rd to 12th grade. The whole idea is to make these big topics, data science, AI, STEM, feel not just exciting, but totally accessible. Now, probably the first question that pops into your head is, wait, do kids need to know how to code for this? And the answer is a big, resounding no. The folks who created this program made it really clear. This is a no-code experience. It's for all skill levels. Kids use simple visual tools, which just completely removes that whole technical barrier to entry. The whole thing is really built on these 4 core pillars. First, there's no-code learning, which we just talked about. Then, hands-on projects, because let's be real, that's how we all learn best, by actually doing stuff. Next up is AI and engineering exposure, which is all about taking the mystery out of these fields. And last but not least, collaborative teamwork, to build those communication skills that are so important. All right, so we get the what, but what about the how? How does it actually work? Well, the curriculum is set up like a journey. It takes students from being just curious kids to becoming what the program calls data storytellers. Pretty cool, right? The whole 10-module course follows this really clear 5-step path. First, students learn to ask questions and collect data. Then, they dive in and start finding patterns. From there, they learn how to visualize that data and tell powerful stories with it. And finally, they use all that to solve problems and innovate. It all culminates in a big capstone project, so it's this super logical and empowering journey from start to finish. And listen, this is not about sitting there reading a textbook. It's all about learning by doing. One day, students might be making a simple bar chart of their class's favorite snacks. The next, they could be using real local weather data to try and predict the forecast. It's practical, it's relevant, and honestly, it sounds pretty fun. Okay, but what's the real takeaway for the students here? Beyond just the curriculum, what's the actual impact? Well, it's really about that transformation, that journey from just being curious about something to having genuine confidence in their abilities. And this slide, this really says it all, doesn't it? Before, the whole idea of data can seem super complex, maybe even a little intimidating, but afterwards, data becomes this awesome, powerful tool for being creative and solving problems. It's a total mindset shift. So let's get specific about the skills they walk away with. And we're talking about more than just the technical stuff. They're building those crucial 21st century skills: critical thinking, problem solving, creativity, and teamwork. But you know what's really at the heart of it? Building their confidence and planting the seeds for a lifelong love of learning. Okay, now for any of you educators or school administrators out there, let's switch gears a bit and talk strategy. Because this program isn't just about being great for students. It's also designed to be a perfect fit for the future of education. You see, the program was built to tick all the right boxes, aligning with educational priorities at every single level. At the local level, you're preparing students for high-demand careers. At the state level, you're hitting those crucial STEM standards. And on the federal level, it addresses major priorities like digital literacy and making STEM more inclusive. It covers all the bases. So why is that so important? Well, let's be practical. That kind of alignment makes the program a perfect candidate for grants and funding. It's a way for schools to meet their educational goals and prepare students for a tech-driven world, all while having a clear path to get the resources they need. So we've seen how it works. We've seen why it matters. It all comes down to this one final question, and this one's for you to think about. What amazing, incredible problems could your students solve if they were empowered to truly speak the language of data?